Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura and I'm super excited to be here today to do another pick a card reading. By far, the last pick a card reading that I did on my channel was the most viewed, so I'm taking it that you guys like those, which is great. I like doing them too. The idea for this pick a card came from one of my subscribers, and this will be a message from your higher self pick a card. If you have suggestions on a pick a card idea, please put that down in the comments below, and I will definitely look into doing those kinds of pick a cards that you like. So I have 4 piles here, and as I said, this pick a card is going to be a message from your higher self. So before you choose which pile you want to pick, take a few deep breaths in and out, through your nose, through your mouth, however you want to do it, it doesn't matter. But breathing just kind of helps calm you a little bit, helps center you a little bit, helps focus you a little bit, so then you can, once you have taken a few deep breaths and you open your eyes, pick the pile that you're most drawn to. And that should be your message from your higher self. I do want to remind you guys that I very much appreciate your support on my channel. So if you like the videos, do give them a thumbs up. If you think someone else might be interested in the videos, do share it with other people. And also, if you want to know when I upload a video, then you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, and that will let you know when there's a new video out on Sandy Toe Tarot channel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, there are 4 piles here. I will put the camera down so you can start choosing your pile. Okay, so as I said, I do have 4 groups here, or 4 piles, whatever you want to say. On group 1, I have a bead. It's just a bead. It is a peacock covered, like it's kind of covered in peacock feathers, but it is just a regular necklace bead. On pile 2, I have a stone. It's just a regular stone. It's very polished though, that I'm calling the earth stone. On pile 3, I have a seashell from Florida. And on pile 4, I have a piece of sea glass, green sea glass from Ireland. So take a few deep breaths and choose the pile that speaks to you most. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I will put the timestamps in the description or in a comment down below. And the timestamps will tell you when your particular pile, the one that you have chosen, starts, if you want to skip through the rest of it and go straight to your pile. Okay, so we'll get started with pile 1. Okay, so let's get started with pile 1. First out, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hermit card. And you guys got 2 Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Watching Clouds. It says, lie back, rest, and relax. And rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present. So I think you guys can see everything there. So let's talk about the Oracle cards first. The Watching clouds, lie back and relax, and the rejuvenating rain. Those are very similar cards, actually. Both are talking about taking a moment out from maybe a hectic schedule, or taking a moment out from a lot of thinking, maybe too much thinking. And in this one card, letting the water wash over you and wash your cares away. I think I mentioned this before. Water is has a very healing property to it. A lot of people know that if they're having a bad day or something, they can jump in the shower. When they get out of the shower, they feel very different about everything that's happened in their crummy day. And that happens the same way with baths. A lot of people like to draw a bath and have a candle going and have a glass of wine. When they go into the bath, they may have a lot of cares and a lot of troubles and a lot on their mind. When they come out of the bath, they feel better. They they look at their problems differently. And I don't know when the last time was that you just went out and played in the rain, but has such a healing property. It has such a healing effect to it when you just go out and play in the rain like a child and let that water wash over you. It's just such a rejuvenating feeling. Swimming can have that effect too. Like as a kid, you loved to jump in the water, right? It didn't matter what water it was, at the beach, in the pool, in a puddle, in the backyard. Just playing in the rain has such a healing effect on people. And this does have a message here of clear the past and heal the present. So there does seem to be something that needs to be healed. And there's a little bit of going within to doing that, because we see that in the Hermit card. The Hermit card is kind of getting away from people, getting into your own space a little bit. It's a solitude card. There's no doubt about that. It's not in a bad way. It's just saying, I need to take a break. I need to have some time alone, to maybe get in that bath and just go within. Let the noise from the outer world drown out a little bit, and just relax and find the answers from within myself. And what is really cool about that is when you take the time to do that, you notice that there's a real bright light. And this is the light of finding the answers on the inside, right? You find your hidden truth, like your light. But then when you do that, you can, as you come out of your shell a little bit, as you come out of that bathtub, go back into your world and deal with the people that you have to deal with, then you can shine a light for them as well. But you have to go within to find it. The watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax, to me is very similar to that. Sometimes we get so caught up in the rat race, or so caught up in all the to-dos that you have on your list, all the honey-dos that you have on your list. I've noticed that a lot recently in my neighborhood. First of all, people are spending a lot of time at Lowe's and Home Depot getting stuff to fix up the house, and they're all outside. They're painting. There's a lot of hammering going on. There's a lot of mowing going on. There's just people are just taking this time to do the things that they've maybe put off for a long time. So watching clouds, do you remember when I keep going back to the kid thing, and I'm not sure why that's happening with this particular group, but when you were a kid, and you didn't have as many pressures at all, but there were times when you would go out and lie down in the grass and look up at the clouds and just watch the clouds go by. And it was just a very relaxing feeling, but also rejuvenating at the same time. So I think if you do that, if you take the time to go out into nature, maybe take a walk, or take your dog for a walk, see some other things that are going on out there in the world, I think it will relax you. I think it will, watching clouds to me reminds me of it's almost a brainstorming session for yourself, right? You just sit there and you're in such a relaxed state. You're just watching the clouds. You're not really thinking about anything. The ideas come to you at that time. So the other cards that we have over here are the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. And I think this kind of works very nicely together. The Page of Pentacles is something that is coming into your life that has something to do with finances, has something to, this can also be the card of education. Like something is being offered to you in the way of finances, material things, houses, furniture, new furniture, food, clothing, shelter, those kinds of things. And it looks to me like you are also, the Seven of Pentacles is in a place of, you have been working hard on something, and it is kind of a natural time to sit back, relax, take a minute, look at what you've been doing, and make a decision about whether you want to move forward with it or not. The card suggests that you are going to move forward with your plan for abundance that has certainly had to do with hard work. But that kind of feeds in with this over here. It's time to take a bit of a time out and relax and think about it. You've reached a natural resting place in this project that you've been working on. So these other two cards, the Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is an older woman who has all the money that she needs, but she's actually more than that. She's just a very abundant queen. She has a nice family. She has a nice home. She has abundance all around her. She has children. She just kind of has it all. She's a very, very stable queen, a very, very generous queen. And this is actually the card of Aquarius. There might be an Aquarius that is associated with your answer, or an Aquarius in your life right now that might have something to do with this. The Page of Pentacles is the card of Capricorn. So a Capricorn might play into what is going on in your life right now. Pages are younger people also. But the Two of Cups to me seems to be a partnership. It can be like a new romance card, but I don't see it that way in this particular reading with all the pentacles around this. This seems like a business partnership to me. A business partnership that has come together to start some new kind of business venture or something. And you've been working hard at it with this person. It has been, up to now, it has been a very fruitful partnership. But you are at a point where it's time to just take a minute, take a little break, think about it for a little bit, decide what it is that you want, and you have to go within to decide that. You can't go to this partner here. You have to go inside, decide what you want, and then you come out and you move forward with your plan. But you move forward with your plan from a place of more balance with in the partnership. Like maybe before the partnership was a little unbalanced. You need to take a little bit of a time out. Go within, find the answers for the way forward for yourself. And then as you come out of this hermit mode where you have to go get a little solitude and think about it, you find your own inner light, and then you can use that light to shine the way forward. So that is all I have for pile 1. That is the message that's coming through for your higher self. I hope that resonated with you. As always, if it does not resonate, it's not for you. Let it go. These are general readings, and a lot of people watch them. So if that does not resonate with you, maybe you want to pick another pile, or maybe you want to come back another day. Either way, I wish you light and love and an abundance of happiness. Namaste. Okay, moving on to pile 2. If you chose the sand, the earth stone, I think is what I was calling it. This is your message from your higher self. So we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the King of Wands. We have the Magician card. We have the 2 of Pentacles. And for our Sacred Traveler Oracle card, we have Discovering Truth. You stand in the light of truth, is what it says at the bottom. I'm actually going to move these. I feel like this is the way they go. Don't ask me why, it's just what I feel. Okay, so let's talk about this Discovering Truth card. So there's a young man in this card, and he's standing on a road, and he's kind of looking off in the distance to the left of him. He's looking to the west, right? That may not be true. I may have my directions backward, but I think he's looking off to the west at the sunset or whatever. And there are these 2 gentlemen standing on the road, and they're pointing the way straight down the road. They're pointing the way for the young man. But the young man is saying, no, I don't think so. That is not going to be the path for me. That is not the truth for me. So I'm going to go this other way. I think that that's where I will discover my truth. So I think what you guys are doing is you're on a bit of a journey to discover your truth and to manifest in your life what it is that you want to manifest. I'll start over here with the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is the card of Aries. It's an older gentleman. He's that guy at the bar that has all the fantastic stories. This guy has had a lot of adventures. May not have a pot to piss in, but he has had a good time in his life, and he has the stories to tell for it. He's just a lot of fun to be around, but he is also a very good businessman. Wands are energy in the minor arcana. Well, actually in all of the cards, wands are considered energy. So new ideas, creative ideas, enterprise, pursuits. This guy is really good at all of that stuff. He can take an idea and run with it. So that's him. And then underneath that card, we have the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands, it's a little bit of conflict. It's a little bit of energy conflict. It's not, it can be a little bit of competition, right? It's not a tough energy like the 5 of Swords, which is real conflict. This is just a little bit of, maybe there are a lot of ideas going on in my head. I'm having a hard time picking one or whatever. Maybe I am in some kind of competition in a work situation. But whatever it is it's not difficult. It's like an everyday card. What this tells me because this guy is so good at competition. This guy is so good at enterprise. There may be some conflict going on internally about which idea to run with or about which way to go. But this guy has so much clarity about how to make something work. This gives you the courage to decide which way to go and to go in that direction. So the Two of Pentacles is a kind of a balancing act card. It's like you have money. There may not be an abundance of money, but you kind of have enough if sometimes you rob Paul to pay Peter or that kind of thing. Sometimes you might have to make decisions about where the money's going. You're juggling things. But the good news is you are juggling it. You're making it work. And a lot of times this person is, if you notice, he's a little bit satisfied in the face. He kind of digs it a little bit. That's kind of his thing. Figuring out how to juggle everything and make everything happen. It's a bit of a balancing act. The Ten of Cards, or the Ten of Swords, I call this card the stick a fork in me, I'm done card. It is a death. It's a small death, right? It's a death with a little d. It's like something is ending, and I feel like that this is what is ending. This juggling situation where you have to figure out where the money's coming from for everything that you need. I feel that you're coming into a situation where this is no longer going to be necessary. And that's what that ending is to me. Because what we have here, and this is kind of where we end up, is the Seven of Cups and the Magician card. So the Seven of Cups can sometimes be, oh my gosh, you have so many ideas about what to do. You have so many options out there. You can do so many things. Look at all these things in the cups. It's all available to you, but there can be a little bit of pie in the sky, kind of daydreaming kind of thing. I have all these options. I can do whatever I want. I'm daydreaming. I'm daydreaming about doing this. I'm daydreaming about doing that, and this and that, and so many other things. It's kind of like pick one. Make a decision and go with it. Because whatever it is that you decide to do, this card is the Magician. This is the Master Manifester right here. This card is saying you have all the tools that you need. Look, he's got cups, he's got pentacles, he's got a wand in his hand, he's got the sword of truth and the know-how, he's got the mental capacity, he's got the emotional capacity, he's got the money, he's got the energy. He has everything that he needs to make whichever one of these cups he picks come to fruition. He can make this happen. So what I think this whole reading all put together is saying is there's a little bit of competition going on amongst, maybe even amongst yourself, in your own mind about what direction you want to take. You have an idea, or you think you have an idea, you're weighing up which direction to take, but this card is saying pick one, make a decision, and go with it, because go with it by discovering your truth, right? Go inside and find out what's true for you. Are you living in your truth? Find out how you could live in your truth. Pick that cup, whatever it is that makes you live in your truth, and go for it. Because you will win, baby. You can manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. Okay, that's all I have for pile number 2. If this is where I leave you, thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely evening. I wish you light and love, and namaste. Okay, so if you chose pile 3 with the Florida Seashell, this is your reading. Let's see the cards that we have. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the World. That's gorgeous. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. And you guys got 2 oracle cards. Begin now. Take the first step. And Valiant Courage. Take action with passion. So all of the piles that I've read so far, this is the most clear. So Valiant Courage, take action with passion. I think that kind of speaks for itself. Here we have a man on a horse. He has a, what do you call those things? He's got a flag, that's what that is. It's like the victory flag. Looks like he's in medieval England. But whatever the case is, he is a knight and he has courage. He has the courage of his convictions to take action with passion. He has made a decision about what it is that he wants, and he is going after it with a tremendous amount of courage. It fits so nicely with this second oracle card that says, begin now. Take your first step. So what I feel like, what we have here is the Ace of Wands. Aces are always new beginnings. Wands are energy. They're new ideas. They're creativity. So something is being offered to you or has been offered to you, and I think it's already there. It's already been offered to you. It's a new idea. It's a new creative endeavor that has come to you. If you notice here, this is the hand of God. The aces are always new beginnings from the divine. You have had some kind of divine inspiration about a new idea that you feel like you can pursue with passion. And this Queen of Wands is the coolest queen ever. She sits regally on her throne. She has it all. She has a great family. She has a great career. She can be a little bit competitive, but in a good, fiery kind of Leo sort of way. This is the card of Leo. Just very passionate about what she has chosen to pursue. Very passionate about her family. She's the typical mama bear, right? But she is regal. She rules over her domain. We also have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is the card of wish fulfillment. It's the card of having everything that you need. It's a card of abundance, living in your kingdom with lush green foliage all around you, major harvests all around you. Whatever it is that you've put your time and your energy into has been paid back tenfold. Everything that you desire is at your fingertips. Fits really nicely with this Queen of Wands energy here. And then this final card is the World. What more could you want than the world? It is a new cycle for you. It is, the world is an ending. It's like the last card in the, it's the last card in the Major Arcana. But it's not an ending like a death. It is an ending like the cycle. One cycle has ended and one cycle has begun. This new cycle with this high energy idea, creative idea that you have that's going to take you down a new path in your life. A beautiful path, by the way, which yields fantastic results, which gives you everything that you could possibly want. As the Queen, and I do feel like this is very feminine energy in this reading. As the queen of your domain, you get everything that you want. But there's a little bit of a warning here in your oracle cards. You have to be courageous. You have to step out, and you have to begin now. If you do that, if you have the guts to pursue this amazing idea that has come to you, you will reap huge rewards. But don't delay. When energy comes like this in your life, when you have these great ideas, when you get this kind of inspiration, you can't delay. You have to act on it right now. The time is now. Act now. And if you do, oh my gosh, the world is your oyster. Congratulations. So that's all I have for pile 3. Thank you for being here. I wish you light and love. Have a wonderful evening, and namaste. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4 with the green sea glass from Ireland, this is your reading. And here's what I have for you. I have the card of Judgment, 5 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, I have the Star, the 9 of Pentacles, and for the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, I have Narrow Pathway. It says tread thoughtfully. So I feel like this is how these go. So this is probably, of the 4 piles, I think this is probably the deepest of the readings. We all have times in our lives when the pathway gets really narrow. It's not quite an obstacle that's in your path, but if you've ever gone mountain climbing or anything like that, or been out in the woods, that maybe there are some narrow paths and things like that. Especially when you get in the hills, if there's a narrow pathway, one wrong step can kind of send you over the edge, right? So this is a time when the pathway is a little bit narrow. It's hard to see the whole picture. And we all go through times like this in our lives. There is no doubt about that. You just cannot see clear around the bend. You are on a narrow pathway. And at this time, all you can do, and all you should try to do, is navigate the pathway. Take care of the day-to-day. Take care of what you need to take care of right now to get through the pathway. It will open up, but for right now, you're kind of treading thoughtfully through the narrow gate. So we have the Queen of Swords here. The Queen of Swords can be the Virgo card. It can also be an older lady who she's kind of misunderstood a lot because she's a no-nonsense kind of person. She does not take any crap from anybody. She has so much clarity. She sees right through the BS. She knows what she wants. She is very clear about that. She is very focused on getting what it is that she wants. And it's not selfishness. It might be what she wants for her and her family, or what she wants for the world. She's just very focused on her goals. She has so much clarity about what is true for her, and she goes after it. I don't know if I said, but this is the card that can be the card of Virgo, because Virgos they're known almost as like Dr. Spock, right? Almost being Vulcan in their mental clarity. They're so strong mentally. They have such good logic. Now they don't have as much as they're not as emotional as some people. So some people find the tremendous logic difficult to deal with. But believe me, there is some, that's kind of cool, actually, to have that much logic and to be able to think that clearly without emotions getting involved or swaying the situation. Emotions are good too, right? But without emotions swaying the situation in the wrong direction. So the Five of Swords is the card of conflict. There might be some conflict going on right now. If you notice, there's this man standing here. These guys look like they've been in a fight. He has won. He has come out the victor. These two are walking away from the situation. I'm not sure how happy he is about having won, because it's almost like the battle was so bitter. The cost was way too high. Nobody has won in this situation. So I do feel like you might have been in a situation, this may be why you're having to tread a little carefully right now. There's been some ugliness going on. There's been some people who maybe are stabbing you in the back. You may have had some kind of real conflict in your life, that like a divorce or something big going on that you've been struggling with for a little while. But this queen, this is what's cool about her. She knows when to cut it off. She knows when to say, okay, I detach myself from that. It was hard. It was difficult. It was ugly. It was painful. But I can carry my truth forward, live in my own truth, and cut this situation out of my life. So with these other cards, these beautiful cards down here, I feel like that has happened. I feel like you have found a place, a way to cut it off, to cut through this. And this Judgment card says, wake up to life. It's, if you notice right here, this woman is like answering the call from the divine, like the divine is calling her to wake up. She's actually in a graveyard. That's a gravestone right there. So it's almost been, there's been a little bit of a death, and of course that's an emotional death. That's not a physical death, right? But when you have this kind of conflict in your life, it really takes a toll on you, and you can feel like for a little while that you've been a little dead emotionally, right? And this card is saying, wake up to life. You're missing it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it because of all this crap that happened. Don't miss it because, yes, you did have a hard time, but you know what? You're still alive. So let's go out there and let's find out what we want to do, and let's do it, because these cards are beautiful as far as energy is concerned. The Star card is the Aquarius card, but it is also the card of hope. It is a beautiful card. It's a card of great hope. She is pouring water into the pond. She has 1 foot in the pond. She has 1 foot on the earth, or one leg on the earth. She's underneath the stars, and she's wishing on every one of them. There's so much hope in this card for the brightest of futures. And this card promises that too. The Nine of Pentacles is it is the abundance card. It is a woman who has everything that she wants. She is in a lush garden. She has a bird that, look, this, those hawk tamers, or what are those bird tamers? What are those people? She is in control of her destiny. She is the queen of her domain. But she has fought the battles and won. She has made her wish and it has come to fruition. This is her wish fulfillment card. It's everything that she's wanted coming to fruition. I will say this. This does feel to me like there might have been a breakup situation recently with a significant other, because this is, if you do notice, the one thing that she does not have is someone else. She kind of looks a little bit wistful at being alone, because she is a very abundant woman. She has everything that she wants, but she is going it alone for now. That will not always be the case. But this is a time where you need to tread thoughtfully through this emotional turmoil, I think is what it is that you're trying to navigate. Wake up to life and put your wishes out there, because they will come true. And for now, that you're wishing for what you want, what will make you happy. Later on, there will be many romance. There will be much romance, and there may be love later on. But for right now, I think that you're coming into a period that you will find yourself and you will find happiness in being alone. And that is a very, very good thing. There are so many people in life that cannot get that down. They have to have someone with them. They have to have a mate. If you can figure out how to make yourself happy, how to be an abundant person, a whole person on your own, and be completely happy on your own, you are way ahead of the game. So I think what your higher self is telling you is to figure out how to do that. Figure out how to make yourself happy on your own for now. So that is all I have for you for pile 4. I wish you light and love and much happiness in the future, and always namaste.